Good afternoon. My name's Jennifer Harmoning with the Burnsville Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for joining us today. We are here for a Meet the Candidates event for Dakota County District 5 Commissioner. Our moderator today is Brady Folkstead, who chairs the Public Policy Committee for the Burnsville Chamber. I'll turn it over to Brady.
Thank you, Jennifer. Again, I am Brady Folkstead. I appreciate you joining us. Today we are going to be meeting both the candidates for Dakota County District 5. For those watching, District 5 is the community of Burnsville. So with us today, we have Yusef Haji and Liz Workman, and we will be asking them a series of questions to further understand from the chamber and business community perspective how they feel they can best represent our area. So before the event today began, each candidate was provided with all the questions. So we'll be going through those questions in order. And we decided who would be going first via a coin toss. So with that, the introductions will be starting with Commissioner Workman. And so to get things started, Liz, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what motivated you to run for office?
Yeah, thank you, Brady. Before I start, I'd like to just thank the Chamber for sponsoring this event. We moved to Burnsville in 1985 and we established our business here the same year. We raised 2 kids who went through the ISD 191 school district. I was appointed at one point to the Parks and Natural Resources Commission before I was elected to the city council, and I did serve 12 years on the city council. I was elected to the county board in 2008 and re-elected in 2012, 16, and 2020. Served as board chair in 2014, 2019, and last year in 2023. And my motivation for running was old wood playground equipment, and I would have to pick slivers out of my son's fingers every time we came home from the park. So I felt it was about time we got rid of old wood equipment and updated a little bit more to something where I didn't have to pull slivers out of a 3-year-old's fingers. So if you've ever had to do that, it's not a fun thing to do. So thank you.
There you go. Thank you. And now over to Yusef. Please introduce yourself and let us know what motivated you to run for office. Yusef, I apologize. It appears you're still on mute here.
I personally want first to appreciate our county commissioner, current county commissioner, Liz Workman, for the many years that she has served this community and the amazing things she has been able to accomplish. I got to give some of that to you. And so thank you for being serving our collective community here in Burnsville. As you also know, our community here in Dakota County is changing and it's evolving, and our community board needs to reflect our community look today. It is my responsibility to do all I can to be sitting at the county board and to be representing our collective Burnsville community on the important issue that they need to be done by the county board. And that is why, one of the reasons why I'm running for the Dakota County Commission. My name is Yusef Haji. I'm a homeowner here. I'm a small business owner. I'm a husband and a proud father of 5 children, all going to the local schools here in Burnsville. And my story is long. I've been in Minnesota since 1999. I've worked many jobs that didn't pay me very well. I've struggled with, housing and rental. I've seen it all. I have those lived experience that I bring with me. And so I understand the common man, the everyday person here in Burnsville that is going through the same struggles. And this is one of the motivation of why I'm running for county board. Also, my wife, Anissa, is a community health professional, and we live in Burnsville, and we are raising our children here, not far away from Lake Crystal.
Okay, thank you both very much. Now we get into the questions. Again, 2 minutes for each of you. And as we rotate here, Yusef, first question is to you. We are the chamber. Economic development is super important to us. How do you feel, or what do you feel the county's role is in economic development?
Well, I have talked to many people. As you know, I've been door knocking, I've been phone banking, I've been reaching out to people. And a lot of people are saying there is a lot of resources available to them. we need people, for all of us to do business here in Burnsville. We want people to live in Burnsville, not to leave Burnsville. As you know, Dakota County, and also Dakota County as well, we need good public safety as well. And that protects public safety. When we say we also need to protect our peace officers, our collective communities, and ensure our investments are safe here in Burnsville. And that is one of the things I am going to make sure that we do once I'm elected as the next Dakota County. But also, I will make sure the sheriff department is working with Burnsville Police. The sheriff department is properly funded. We also need to fund youth programs. Really, our youth most of the time are idle, moving around. We've seen a lot of instances of things happening in other parts that is not Burnsville, and where youth are just running around and going crazy. And so we need to keep our youth active. We need to find programs that works. We need to find organizations that will be able to fund some of the programs. That includes if they're going to do sports, or they're going to do arts, or they're going to do music. So hand in hand, we protect using our peace officers and protecting them, and also making sure that our youth are also funded. So yes.
Yeah, thank you. And now over to Liz. Liz, what do you feel the county's role is in economic development?
Well, first of all, the Community Development Agency is actually the Economic Development Authority for the county. And the county board serves as the board of the CDA. So, and typically a county's role has always been to provide a safe infrastructure like roads. And we are actually in the middle of a strategic planning right now. And one of our goals is to define what the county's role should be when it comes to economic development, to be more of a partner to the cities, and to remove some of the roadblocks that pop up on occasion that we are actually in control of. So we're working to define what our role should be with economic development, because that has typically been the lead of a municipality and not so much on the county. We're working on it, Brady.
All right, thank you. And what really follows up then next is we talk about economic development. There's a lot of large scale redevelopment projects happening in the community of Burnsville, either happening now or proposed. The county plays various roles in different aspects of these projects. How do you feel the county can foster a positive redevelopment environment for Burnsville? And that's going to go to Liz first.
Okay, thank you. I was directly involved in the Cub redevelopment from a county perspective. The developer there is an access that goes onto County Road 42 from that site. And county engineers determined that the access needed to be closed. The developer said they would not continue with that development if the access was closed. We determined the city also provided crash details at that little area there, and there weren't any. So the engineers were following what is the norm for any traffic engineers. So I lobbied 3 other county commissioners to keep that access open, and it's staying open. I'm also involved in working with Aurora Village, who has an access issue from County Road 5 into the development. Again, our traffic engineers are saying a right turn only lane is required. There isn't one right now. And there are no details on, they're estimating that crashes will occur without a right turn lane. I am working with the developer and our county engineers to try and eliminate the need for a right turn into there. So as much as I'm not a traffic engineer, some things just don't make sense. And the county needs to, part of what we're looking at for redevelopment and what our role is how do some of the things that we normally do prohibit development or redevelopment from occurring. Burnsville is never going to newly develop anything. We're built out. everything we do and touch is going to be redevelopment. So how do we help there? I see the clock ticking.
The clock just expired. Yep. Good timing there. Yusef, same question to you. With all
Yes.
these large scale redevelopment projects out there, how do you think the county can best foster a positive redevelopment environment for Burnsville?
Well, everything is partnership, right? The county can foster a positive redevelopment environment by partnering with city mayors. County board don't need to be overloads. We need to partner with cities, mayors, developers, and community members to ensure these projects align with our shared vision for Burnsville. It's important to provide streamlined process for redevelopment projects and ensure that the new development is sustainable. Look, the unions, they respect me. I know the unions well. I will work with them directly and make sure that they're not negatively in any way impacting our collective businesses. We need to ensure that businesses are not impacted in the new constructions. We want to make sure that these things do happen, and they happen and knowing that we are all collectively working in partnership to get some of these issues done, and done the right way, and done fast as well. So, yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you both for that one. Next, workforce is a huge priority for the chamber, of course, and our area businesses, and Dakota County has also made it a priority. How can the county be effective in supporting local workforce development in our community? And that'll be to Yusef.
The county needs to continue providing job training, career counseling, and resume building. We need to partner with schools to enhance an emphasis on trades, work with unions and businesses, and collectively, everyone, all stakeholders. Like I said, this is a partnership, making sure people can work by expanding public resources like childcare assistance, so people don't have to stay at home with their kids. It's not easy, and people have to work full time. We expected them to be at their jobs while they think about the kids. I'll give you a good example myself. I'm a father. So there is a challenge between my wife and I when she works full time, and I'm also working in the business. How do we make sure that our kids are safe? School has just opened. How do we, deal with that as well, and making sure that we are thriving, we are successful. And this applies to everyone here in Burnsville and all over Dakota County as well. So these are some of the issues I think that we need to address. If people have resources, they'll be able to work here, live here, buy here, invest here in our beautiful Burnsville. And then that's what it's kind of come down to.
Okay. And thank you both there. Now, going over to Liz, Dakota County workforce. Workforce is a priority. How can the county be most effective in developing our local workforce?
Yeah. Well, as you know, we have a 27 member workforce development board that's made up of private and public, from the private and public sectors. They provide guidance and oversight with respect to activities for job training. The Dakota Scott Workforce Services also provides employment and training programs, and they also help a lot of dislocated workers with programs and services to help. And even our public libraries have online learning skills. You can connect it. All you need is a library card, and you can connect and explore the large variety of services that they offer too, for whatever type of employment you're looking for. And to get to the kids program, Yusef, our 4-H programs and Dakota County has the largest 4-H program in the state, gives kids the opportunity to learn about animal science, photography, agriculture, healthy living, civic engagement, and so much more. So even though they're what they want to do when they grow up can change a dozen times, getting your kids involved in a program like 4-H can maybe put them in a direction that they're interested in. We need kids, we need trades. We're finding out that we are, the trades people are retiring, and there aren't many people they're replacing them. So the kids who aren't, a 4-year college degree isn't for them. We need to encourage them to look at trade schools, because some of them can make more than can live very, very happily on the incomes that they make getting a trade. So.
All right. Thank you. Thank you both very much on that one. Now, we would be remiss. We are the chamber, and County Road 42. County Road 42, we feel as though we've been involved in numerous studies on County Road 42, and it's a huge east-west corridor for people traveling through Burnsville and Dakota County. It's also critical access for a lot of our retail and business establishments. Just wanted to check in how we can be more effective in the future with County Road 42, both with transportation efficiency and maintaining access to our businesses. Liz, you'll be first up.
Before I hit specifically on 42, I'm not sure many people know this, but nearly half of the lane miles of major arterials statewide are actually in Dakota County. And in the rest of the state, they are owned by MnDOT. We're fortunate enough to own the ones that run through Dakota County. And we own and maintain about a little over 1,000 lane miles that we're responsible for. So 42 is one of the few corridors that runs east to west, and the county owns it. And it connects Dakota County to Scott County. So, and the bottleneck is mostly in Burnsville, where all the development, the retail development occurred years before probably many of us even lived in Burnsville. If you truly wanted to make that corridor just a straight shot, you would have to close down access points, remove the signal lights, if that's what you wanted. That is not something we have ever discussed, and it's not something that I would ever support. You would have to build a ring road system around the corridor. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know how we are ever going to attack the traffic in that area. I personally, living here, I know the back roads like McAndrews or South Cross. So I avoid 42. It's not a good way to handle the traffic on 42. But those of us who know, we know how to avoid it. And I'm not sure there is much we could do to correct that. I could go on. That was a fast 2 minutes.
Fast 2 minutes. It's like
it really was
42, right? There you go. Yusef, over to you. County Road 42, thoughts?
Yeah. I understand there could be challenges, but we need to look beyond those challenges, and we have to really know what we want. What is the end goal here? What do we really want? What results are we looking for? And as you all know, the Dakota County Highway 42 2040 Corridor Management Plan and Vision Study final report that came out in 2022. Why was the Highway 42 studied? As you can see today, traffic volumes as of 2019 are 20% or 50% below the level forecast in 1999. So this was a long time ago. And yet still you can see we are all like thousands of sheep, like just huddled together, and so it's not right. It's not fair. People got to go somewhere. It's just a lot needs to, things need to move and things need to happen. The study looked at recent data and the best practices to understand how the highway can be best managed in the future. It considered the role of existing and future parallel routes, like she has mentioned, those escape routes, which I'm also very familiar with as well, and comes in handy. And so we should have a plan, and we need to increase more walking, biking, and a better transit plan for the future of the transportation system in Dakota County and the surrounding areas, and in Burnsville too. It's vital. 42 is vital for our business and residents. We need to move beyond perpetual studies and move into action. The county can invest in infrastructure improvement that reduces congestion, improve traffic flow, and ensure accessibility for businesses and residents. We need a smart traffic management system, better public transit option, And an ongoing maintenance will play a role in ensuring these critical corridors remain efficient and accessible. And one more thing I want to also say, I want to mention, for me, and it's important and everyone else to understand, that we need to evolve with time. That was
All
quick.
right, thank you. County 42 is a tricky one, so thank you both for tackling that. Now moving on. 1 minute, each of you will get to wrap things up and let us know why you are the best candidate to represent our area, District 5 of Dakota County here in Burnsville. Yusef, first to you. Why are you the best candidate?
I believe I'm the best. Well, I'm not the best. There's so many of us that can do this job. But a lot of us don't want to run for office. It's not easy. You know, it takes away from your family, it takes away from your job. But sometimes, like, what motivated Liz to get into office is these little things that we see in our community that we want to make better. We want to make sure it works. And so for me, I'm deeply rooted in this community and committed to seeing it thrive. My background as a business owner and advocate gives me a unique perspective on the challenges we face and the solution we need. I'm focused on ensuring the economic development, affordable housing, and job opportunities are accessible to all. I'm here to fight for fair policies that uplift every member of our community, and I'm ready to listen, learn, and take action for Burnsville and for Dakota. And also, we must support our workers, our unions, and everyone else that call this space home. It belongs to all of us. We need to learn how to share it. There's so much out there that we can do together than just being divided.
Okay, thank you very much. And now over to you, Liz. Liz, why are you the best candidate to represent our area as a county commissioner?
Thank you, Brady. I feel I am because I know Burnsville. I'm embedded in this community. I have a good track record representing Burnsville. It's public information. You can look up any vote I ever made. And I'm also, I believe, a proven leader. I'm honest. I have integrity. And I do believe that no one, and I mean no one, will work harder for you than me. Pretty simple.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, both of you. Yusef, Haji, thank you for joining us. Commissioner Workman, thank you for joining us today. For those of you tuning in, this was District 5 for Dakota County Commissioner. Election coming up this November, and District 5 is the community of Burnsville. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for engaging and learning more about local politics with us and our candidates. With that, Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you, Brady, for your time, our volunteer committee chair and moderator, and to our candidates for taking the time so our community can get to know you a little bit better. On behalf of the Burnsville Chamber of Commerce, we thank you for joining us today.